Guys, like, at the end of the day, you're a top 5 team in this league. And all you have to do is start thinking it and believing it, and it's true. You guys know how to play out. You guys are smart, young, capable men, right? And you're here for a reason. So, once again, not that we want to be cocky, but be confident. You guys earned your spot here. Now go out and kill some, right?
Boring.
Really?
Yeah, I got really bored. I didn't know what to do.
The beach is right there.
I went to the beach, but like, there's no one there.
Well, yeah, it's cold.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Did any of you drink wetsuits?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What?
They said they're gonna. Ozu literally doesn't hear anything. He's just.
Crow was just like.
He was watching anime.
Crow was just like bad plane pass. Watch out.
It's just like C9 telling us watch out for that complex, which we do, but now I'm good.
Walking into OGN, my confidence was a lot higher than it was the previous week. However, that is me speaking directly for myself. The other players on the team weren't as confident, especially Falix. He just was not feeling like he was in the right mindset. It was, I don't know if it was nerves or something else, but he just was not feeling it. And after playing the scrim matches and going through game 1, you could tell like the confidence wasn't there for everybody. And the day just went to shit.
Update, Lazarus has finally decided to move themselves out of that Lipovka mansion area. Wildcard, who we thought would rotate fast, has only just begun their transition. I think they may have heard some shots and delayed a little bit. So we can kind of keep an eye on them as we go through and see where those late rotations end up. Because I think in this meta, it's a little bit rough. Earlier today, with the guys from Lazarus and some of WTF, about how edge strategies are just too risky. Driving after the second circle in this meta is a problem. So what you're going to see is teams looking to get at least 1,000 meters or so inside of this first circle, and then hope that second, third, fourth sort of favors them fighting on foot instead of making these rough moves with cars. Remember, canted sights are in the game now. And what that means is a lot of teams can actually pop sideways. So where you might run like a 3 or a 4X on your M4, you can run the canted specifically to take out cars that are moving at close range.
Keep on going south. So with this, EU United, Cloud9, Lazarus, these guys are feeling pretty all right, although we did see Lazarus lose a member a second ago. It's going to be a big northern migration coming in play.
Southern migration.
Well, I mean, the guys from the north are going to
From the north, yeah, okay.
They're migrating from the north to south. It is going to cause a horrible choke point. No one wants to drive through Los Leones. So
okay, so we got White Tim Fate that's sneaking up on one Lazarus member. Meanwhile, on the other side of it, United's going ahead and taking out another one. So this looks like this could be bad news for Sub-Zero, as he's just going to get dropped as United's going to come in, take him down. But there is still one member on the other side that's just trying to run away from Wide Simmed Fate. Meanwhile, United just overlooking on the other side of it. Yep, we see it's going to be another down over this. This is starting to turn real bad for Lazarus.
Yeah, not a good start for them. They ran away from C9, ran directly into another team, and that's the risky part of this part of the map. The sightlines around you, the information gathering possibilities are not that strong.
Look at this, E-United, they've got themselves some snipers. They're looking back over there, trying to hit a nice angle onto it. Fozu, where you gonna go, buddy?
This is where E-United shine. It's too early in the game to see if it's gonna continue to be like this for them, but if they find themselves in the center of the circle, they will third-party anyone and anything, and that's Lazarus out in 16.
C'est la vie, they were trying to hold it out, but not gonna matter. Meanwhile,
there was just one part that really snowballed for us, and that was when Falix tried to reposition our car. And the most unfortunate thing was that C9 was, all 4 of them had their guns trained on him, and they just shot him out the car, and instantly finished him. And that gave them the opening to push us, and after that we were in shambles. We just tried to recover, but by then it was too late and we just snowballed it. And it just snowballed to just chaos, and we went out in 16th.
For Lazarus, it's been all about, I guess, trying to find their rhythm.
Yeah.
There's been hot and cold in rotation. For Lazarus, this is a talented squad.
You have to know it. You have to know it's Cloud9, and if you shoot at Cloud9, they're going to stop.
Fair. That's true. And also, I think that they're a little bit gun shy. They've had a rough day today.
Yeah.
They started pretty strong on the first 2 days, and I think they came in with the same strategy, but they weren't prepared for the other teams to adjust their meta, and now they're kind of dealing with the backlash of that.
I don't like that play. Confidence is key, communication is key, and if you allow yourself to play like you're not confident, that's not a way to recover the day.
I guess, but tell that to Space Station Gaming.
Down below them, and you can see it's going to be a very active tempo storm. Still a fairly early circle, but Endemic, you don't want to stay out there for too long.
I think there's no path up. He thought he could climb up, but now he's forced to run around in the blue. Same thing with Wolf. They're actually having a meta out in the blue, and Something hears these shots, so I'm pretty sure he knows that there's a team there in that corner, but he wants to wait for the right time to push around, and here it is. He gets sprayed him. It's the blue that knocks him, but he does steal the kill anyway. But it was the turnaround from Bozu, but the damage from the blue making too much. He finishes the kill before he goes out, so that's one more point.
And look, that's not a good position though. Like playing from that forest is way better.
A lot more entry points in the forest.
Yeah.
The whole discussion we had like for 15 minutes the first.
Well, I agree with you, but from the position we had, but like from yeah, no,
Didn't choke.
Yeah. It was the
They were
push.
just at the rocks the whole time.
Yeah. And they were all there. Like, if I threw my nades better, like I could have just killed them all.
Literally all three of them were at the rocks. They had 2 or 3 vehicles on them.
Like your end of the game was fine. Yeah, like your end of the game was good. Like it just comes to one fight. Like one mistake and it's
Lazarus. So both maps are on the southeast side, and both games today, the plane started on the southeast side. You consistently see them be a little bit on the back foot and kind of come in secondary on the rotations. I want to see them start to speed that up. If you land first, it kind of goes to show that you should be able to move first.
Sharky taken up. As we look at Lazarus, I want to touch on something, Cameron. You brought up the idea that today was the last day for you to adjust to the new meta. Time is up. Teams like Lazarus don't seem to be doing it as quickly as others. Talk to me about what you do at this point. 2 games in, last day to adjust. What's happening?
You just got to figure out what you're doing. There are a number of teams here, not just last day. They had a shaky season so far, but we know that they can fight when they get into it, and now they're really trying to level up their play.
But is it the devil's trade-off, right? Let's say they fight here. Let's say Lazarus even wins it in spades. Yeah, they get 4 points, but that transition, that late, is going to absolutely force you into edge play or into a crash that won't work out.
Lazarus has been kind of, I gotta say, I've been giving them a little bit of respect. They keep bumping into very aggressive teams and fighting them. They're not one to run away, so we know the fact that these guys can kill.
Yeah, and while with
the next day walking into OGN, my confidence was still at a high, and the rest of the team's confidence was a lot higher than it was the day before. We went into scrim games kind of worried about everybody's confidence levels. After the second scrim game, though, we had a really, really solid game, and you could tell Falix was like feeling himself, and he was hyped up, and he was ready for the day. And then the day just dropped as soon as we went into game 1. Like the confidence levels after game 1 were just diminished, completely gone. Like, and that led into playing worse and worse and worse for game 2 and 3. Which game 4 we brought it back, thankfully, and didn't end off on a horrible day. But it was too far to bring it back at that point, and like we realized like we needed to make a change.
Confidence here. I want to know, if you guys weren't at the top, would you be playing as well as you are now?
Confidence is like a big thing in PUBG, because it's like once you don't have your confidence, like your mechanical skill can only get you so far. So I guess we just always be confident no matter like what the situation's going on, and we always play our like potential to like the fullest, I guess. So, yeah.
I love to see it. It makes for some great PUBG. And speaking of great PUBG, we've got one more match today right after this break.